Hey, what's going on, guys? Beeflatin here with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be talking about Borderlands, the movie. Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 official teaser trailer has dropped, which means that it is confirmed. We have a release time frame, not release date, but we're going to go ahead and go through the trailer first, point out some obvious blaring things that are exposed to us, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts and feelings after providing all of that information. So let's go ahead and watch it now. I'm going to be doing it without sound so that I don't get hit with a copyright strike. If you want to watch the full trailer with sound yourself, feel free to check the description so you can get linked to the original video. Without further ado, let's go ahead and go through it, shall we? No actual gameplay is actually presented, so this is just going to be a cinematic trailer. It is a minute and 30 seconds long, just keep that in mind. Pretty short, but there's a lot to talk about. Now, immediately the first thing here is the Firehawk symbol. Now, the Firehawk symbol was shown many times throughout Borderlands 3's lifespan, and this is going to be towards the end of the game when Lilith hits the sky, transports and teleports Elpis, basically, and all that's left is the symbol in the sky. If you also go to Lilith's room at the end of the game and you hit the vault key, you can actually see a little mini map and actually see the Firehawk symbol in the sky as well that the vault key is able to see. And with the arrival of Elpis, we can actually kind of confirm that Lilith can teleport planets with her powers. It's okay. It's a lot stronger than we expected, that's for damn sure. You can see some glowing lights here. That's probably going to be meaning either iridium, or it's going to mean that this is just a very zoomed out version of what a space side would see from all the cryo that was in the ground of Elpis when we played the pre-sequel. It's probably iridium, but it could be either or. This little line streak here is probably Lilith either making impact with the planet or just her getting kicked out from whenever she teleports the planet. And we can see what is on Elpis now. It looks like there's a lot of stuff that has been here. This almost looks like an eye, but it might just be patterns. And there's a lot of glowing lights around here too. This could be where we landed on Elpis. I'm going to assume this is a totally different side to Elpis, just like it was a totally different side to Pandora when we went from Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3. So Elpis is going to be going through the sky, and this is where things get real. Now, Elpis is opening up what looks like another dimension. As you can see, there's the world here in space, and then Elpis is opening up and ripping into another world over here. If you remember the DLC for Borderlands 3, this would be the very last DLC. There was talks from the Iridian at the end, and he was mentioning that like humans have like no hope, or like they're a lost cause or whatnot, but he was talking about the actions that happened in Borderlands 3 were causing like rips and tears. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find and scrounge the actual voice line, but he was talking about a lot of like fabric of space and time being ripped. This is probably what that guy was talking about. Yeah, everything's just kind of getting torn apart here. We see some meteors that are coming down, and this is where you can see the backside of the view. You can see the tear that's happening throughout the world and interdimensions, if you will. A lot of explosions happening from the meteors that are coming down, but those meteors are actually things. They're not rock. We can see the burning mask that's over here, and when it spins around, we'll see a robotic arm. That robotic arm is probably robotic, of course. We're probably dealing with artificial life, artificial intelligence. Maybe something regarding Zero. I don't know. But that would be kind of interesting if that was tied in. And let's see, there's the mask there. We're going to talk about this after the trailer, but there is something very key about that mask and why it pans so long. Borderlands 4 symbol, and then a bunch of gibberish is going to pop up on screen. We're also going to talk about that. 2025 is the release date. It's probably going to be fall of 2025. It normally the mainline series is September, October-ish, not including Wonderlands because it's not a mainline series game. But it says Steam, it says PS5, it says Epic Games, it says Xbox Series X and S, which means that it is probably not a timed exclusive. Keywords, probably not a timed exclusive, which is awesome, because the last time Borderlands 3 released, there was no Steam symbol there. It was only Epic Games, and it was a timed exclusive for 6 months. And there's a bunch of gibberish that's there. There's some words that are here. We'll talk about that in a second. There's a man's face that was also revealed in there. Let's go ahead and just pop that up one more time. You could probably see it really quick. Don't blink. Don't blink. And there it is. Did you miss it? Let's go ahead and talk about that, shall we? So the very first thing to pop up is the man's face. A lot of people have been speculating that it could be Jack, because the man's face is very reminiscent to that. And also there's a vault symbol that's over the face, which is indicating that it's Jack from the pre-sequel when the vault symbol was burned into his face. It's interesting, though, if you look at the photo, the nose is just way off to be Jack, and the eyebrows are also way off. Maybe that's what death does to you. Maybe it's not Jack at all. I'm gonna go with it's not Jack, because burn me at the stake here. I don't want it to be Jack. I want it to be an original villain. It might have something to do with the Destroyer. We also know that we don't really have a technicality on Tyreen dying. We only saw her falling off the cliff. We don't know if she's dead. Could have something to do with that, or it could be something totally original. The other stuff to pop up was the 2 Iridian texts. Now, it could say something along the lines of, he is watching in the first one, and break free in the second, because there is some repeating symbols in there, which is probably indicating that there is repeating letters. That's important. Now, the last one, it shows like what it looks like as a date, Monday 15, which could say that, hey, it's 2025, Monday the 15th. This is unfortunately false. If you reverse the letters and switch it, it actually just says wish list now. Although I would like it to be Monday the 15th, because that's my birthday. But I don't think they're going to release it on a Monday, unfortunately. It's just smarter to release it on a Thursday or a Friday, so that people have the entire weekend to play. But yeah, it just says wishlist now, unfortunately. As for the mask is important. If you zoom in on the eye, and here I've done it for you, you can actually see the other side on the left-hand side. Feel free to zoom in yourself if you'd like, but you can kind of see what's on the other side of the mask in the reflection. It kind of looks like a robot. It kind of looks like it's one eye. Maybe it is like Constructor-esque, but just a mobile version of it. Maybe we'll see robots from Borderlands 2 returning. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but it looks freaky and absolutely terrifying. That's why that mask is important, by the way. Thoughts and feelings on it? Well, I, of course, like seeing Borderlands 4. I think everybody can say, hey, Borderlands 4, cool. As for what I actually feel about it, I'm worried and I'm nervous, because if we look at the recent installments for Borderlands, we've seen Wonderlands, Borderlands 3 didn't land for everybody, and New Tales didn't land for anybody because nobody played the game. And the movie, of course, has nothing to do with the games, but of course that is a lot of writing and a lot of involvement from Randy, which is very heavily involved with Borderlands the games. So there's not a lot of good track record. And if it's releasing in 2025, that could probably assume that this has been in development for 5 or 6 years, which means that this is going to be on UE4, Unreal Engine 4, which is the exact same that Borderlands 3 and Wonderlands has appeared on. which tells us that it could release on old consoles. But we did see at the end of the trailer that it looks like it's going to be for Xbox Series X and S. And unfortunately, Xbox Series S has limited hardware. As we've seen with Black Myth Wukong, it needed extra time just to be able to function and render properly, just to release it on the S. So there could be some limitations with that there, and it could overall affect the Xbox side of things. So keep in mind that. Also, with it releasing in that time frame, Borderlands 3 released in 2019 and Wonderlands released a couple years later, which means that this started development in between two of their major releases, Wonderlands and Borderlands 3, which means assets were probably split somewhere, and that also has me worried. If you didn't like the writing of Borderlands 3, the same writers are returning, and pretty much the same team of Borderlands 3 is returning for this. So I would also keep a cautious take on that as well, because if you didn't like Borderlands 3's story, hate to say it, the same team is revealing slowly but surely on their Twitter bios that Borderlands 4 is the same team. But obviously I'm going to be playing it. I'm going to probably take a good amount of time to play it. I did have a 36.5-hour stream when Borderlands 3 released. Played it all weekend. I don't know if I could do that again, but I'm probably going to be playing it for a very long period of time, so you can definitely expect that to happen when it releases in 2025. What do you think? I will see you guys in the next video. My name is BFlend, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.